Just watched that video by Spencer Pratt. I thought it was pretty informative. But it was the same as it ever was, as far as I can tell. I watched the tectone version. I'm pretty sure Asmongold also has one. I used to love watching those guys. But I've started to build up a critique of them. Not to say that they have nothing of value to offer. I think Asmongold especially helped me out a lot in how to take more autonomy and ownership of my life. And I have seen him improve. And I think he also has gotten the same message. He needs to tone down how divisive he can get. Because here's the thing, man. What good and what benefit are you doing to yourself when you are being divisive? And here's a little story I told my coworker, Lawrence. We're talking about radio stations. I told him I like 91.1. I like the music they play. You know, I feel like I get to be in touch with the struggle of the common man. And then I also used to like 105.3, I think. And he's like, yes, that's the rock station. And I was like, yeah, precisely, man, that's the one. And I told him, yeah, they told some joke one time about some woman with blue hair. I don't remember the context, but, you know, it was poking fun at women with blue hair. And at the time, my sister had blue hair. And it just so happens that my sister was also listening to that rock station. But after that day, she stopped listening to the rock station. Why? Because of a stupid, retarded joke. How much good did that do for me? It was just a sensible chuckle. I could live without it, you know? These are the things I could do without. Shout, shout, let it all out. You know? And so who really needs that in their life? I know I don't. It was funny at a point, and it hurts to part ways with things that you have close to your heart. Yeah, it really does. But why do we need to be in this chair, you know, being in front of the world, talking to the computer, just so that you can be divisive, man? I feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to in your role, you know? And fine, I get it. You know, you earned the spot. You definitely earned the spot. No one can take that away from you, man. But I just don't see, you know, on these women that are finding themselves in this killer. They say they believe in love, right? And yeah, I think I met a person in Toontown yesterday. Their name was Short Circuit. And I told them, wow, I really like your name. It's kind of like mine, but it's more elegant. And they're like, thanks. I had a stroke, and then I had to learn how to do everything all over again. And the only way that I can interact with the world is Toontown. And then they said, but you might be too esoteric for me, so I don't think I want to add you. And then I begged, nah, please let me add you. Now I gotta. And then we finished the VP, which is pretty much like a raid in World of Warcraft. And he said, okay. No, I'm not gonna say this. I'm not. GG. And then Short Circuit said, now you have to say it or else you're gonna kill me. I told him, I think more people could use a stroke. Because as far as I can tell, a stroke is going to force you to rebuild the architecture of how you see the world. And yeah, you know, maybe this is getting a little bit more weird now. What am I really saying with don't be divisive? What I'm really saying is that we should all be one. We should all just push each other to be one. Do what Asmongold said, you know? But a redefined version. Because, well, we can't even get that one right. Because we can't really help ourselves but to divide ourselves through the most retarded of differences. How about we just go all in? All in, say, okay, yes, you are doing this from a language of love. And I understand The road to hell can be paved with good intentions. But because I also love you, I need to make you see this, and I would really love to break your heart. I'd really love to break your heart. Uh, yeah. I mean, my thoughts are not my own. I was telling my friend that, no, oh, wait a second. No, this is private. Um, but yes, thought I had something else to say. That's it.